Okay, so download the Excel file. Go to Tableau, open your file. Let me find my data set. Okay. Okay. So during the exam, make sure to check like your Excel file. You might have one table or more than one table. If it's just one table, you just need to drag one table to to the view, okay? And then start working in like creating the dashboard or working on Tableau questions. If there are more than one table, pretty much there is a chance that you need to link the tables to each other. So make sure to link the correct tables. In this case, we have four tables: customers table, owners table, rentals, and vehicles. Um, Rentals for each, like if we check the rentals table, we can drag it here, and for each rental indicates a rental placed by customer. So that's why we linked rental and customer to each other. In rentals table, we can see customer ID, which indicates that like this table is linked to the customer table. The other thing that we can identify is that rentals table also linked to vehicle table. So that's why we can drag, okay, vehicle table and link it to rentals. Okay, we can link it to rentals. If you make a mistake and link it to customers table, okay, let's see what happens. It shows you this error. It shows you this error. Uh, then you can also double check it. Check these like columns from two tables and see if you find any exact match, any match between the columns in two tables. If you don't find it, that means that like you didn't correctly link the tables. So in this way, we are going to drag this vehicle and link it to the rentals table. Now we can see that from rentals, vehicle ID, from vehicles, vehicle ID. So they're linked through vehicle ID. Lastly, we want to drag owners. These are the owners of the vehicles, okay? Owners of the vehicles. Drag it to vehicle, like to link it to the vehicles table. Why? If we check the vehicles table, okay, we can see for each vehicle, we can see the owner ID. We can see who is the owner of that vehicle. And that indicates that like the owners table is linked to the vehicles table. Looking at the way, like we can also check out the columns in each table to get to know a little bit about that data set. So for the owners, we have like their owner's ID, owner's first name, last name, their city and their state and other information about owners. For each vehicle, we have the owner ID, who is the owner of the vehicle. We have the vehicle ID, unique for every vehicle, vehicle name and price per day. Price per day for renting it, for each day, how much it costs to rent that car. In the rentals table, what we have is the rental ID, vehicle ID, customer ID. So for each rental, you can see that each record, okay, each record is a rental. It shows you a unique number for each rental. It shows you which vehicle was rented. It shows you who is the customer who rented that vehicle, a start date and end date of that rental. And for the customers, we can see in the customers table, customer ID, first name and last name of the customer, their city, state, and other information. Okay, so this is our first step. If you have more than one tables, you want to like make sure to correctly link the tables. Okay, let's start working on the questions. I think I had the questions here. Okay, first, first we want to like work on the calculated fields. We want to create a set of calculated fields, and then we are going to use them in creating chart. The first calculated field that we want to create is the days rented. Okay, it's a calculated field, means we want to calculate it. We already have the end date and a start date. So let's create a new column, new field to calculate how many days like a rent, like what was the rental period in days. So for creating calculated fields, from the data tab, click on the down arrow and you can click on create calculated field to create the field. And also this is where you can also create parameters if you want to create a parameter later. For now, we want to create a new calculated field, and this is a simply, we'll name it as days rented. Okay. Days rented is simply end date minus a start date. We have the end date, can drag it here, minus a start date. Okay. So the difference between end date and a start date is the number of days was rented, or rental period for a car. Okay. Click OK. Great. Even if we go back now, go to the rentals table, click on the rentals table, we will see that column, days rented. You see, for each rental, we can see the rental period. How many days this rental, like how many days was this rental for? So this vehicle was rented for 2 days. And we can see for the other rentals as well. Next, we want to create another calculated field. Okay, this time we want to see how much money is spent on each rental. How much money is spent on each rental. Okay, so money is spent. What is money is spent? We said for if look at the vehicles table, okay, we have the price per day for renting that car. Price per day for renting a car. So if we price per day multiplied by days rented, because they're linked through the vehicle ID, we can calculate money spent on each rental. So we can calculate it by days rented, okay? Days rented multiplied by price per day. Multiplied by price per day. That will give us how much money they spent on that rental. For every record in the rental table, like rentals table, we are calculating it. Okay. So that's about money spent. Okay. Now, let's create one more calculated field before we start working on the charts. Want to create a calculated field, okay, using the days rented, okay, days rented that we just added to the to the field. This is a numeric column, okay. What if we create a new calculated new field that categorizes them into 3 categories, like short rental, medium rental, long rental? Okay, let's create a new calculated field to check the value of the rental period. If it is greater than 4, we're going to categorize it as long rental. If it is greater than 2, medium rental, less than 2, short rental. The reason that I'm using those values because in our case, mostly are less than 4. Okay, so let's create a new calculated field. We are going to call this days rented category. Okay, days rented category. Days rented category. Okay. So I want to say if, okay, if days rented is greater than 4, okay, is greater than 4. Now here in Tableau, then we need to type then. Okay, then what should happen? We're going to categorize that as long rental. We want to place it inside double quotations, inside quotations, long rental. So if it is greater than 4, long rental. Otherwise, if there was otherwise just this, then you just need to type else. But we still have another condition to check. That's why we use else if. Again, want to check if the days rented is greater than 2 and less than 4. So it is not, if it is not greater than 2, but it is greater than, it's not greater than 4, but it is greater than 2, then, okay, then we'll categorize it as medium rental. Okay, medium rental. Otherwise, else, okay, else, then we'll categorize it as short rental. Okay, short rental. Now, every time you have like a formula like this in Tableau, you need to, at the end of the formula, you need to type end the statement, okay, end. Yes. What do you mean? Could you clarify? Oh no, so this one wasn't in the instructions, so I added it. Yes. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, it didn't include this part, but I wanted to also review like writing down a conditional, like a calculated field, so I added this to the questions. Thank you. Yes. Okay. Great. Okay. So we created the calculated fields. Now it's time to start working on the charts. First, we want to create a bar chart that displays, or like for each vehicle, we want to see how total number of days each vehicle has been rented. Okay, we want to create a bar chart that shows total number of days each vehicle has been rented. Before I just jump in to work on it, let's see if you recall it. So let me give you like 2 minutes to see if you can remember like creating the chart, adding like the other features to the chart, and then we can work it together. See if you can create the chart. What is the measurement that you're using? What are the columns that you're using in this chart? And then we can work on it. Okay. 2 minutes. So for each vehicle, we want to see total number of days they've been rented. Okay, so for each vehicle, this part is okay. So for each vehicle, that's why we drag vehicle here. Now, what is the measurement? What is the column that you're using, and what is the measurement? How about counting? So I want to see total number of days each vehicle is rented. We have the days rented. If we count the number of days it was rented, we can see how many days it was rented. Is that correct? Yes or no? Yes. What's the columns? So in this case, for now, we just added, what is this? Okay. So vehicle. Now, in here, I've added the vehicle. Okay. Now, this is one of the common mistakes. When I say total number of days, you can't count the days. You need to add them up. Okay. So don't make this mistake. You've like a lot of times this happens in Access. You use the wrong measurement. We are adding them up, some number of days. There are 4 days, 5 days, and then you want to add them up. It's common mistake, so it happens. So some number of days that they were rented. Okay, total number of days. use count, like for example, like counting the records, counting the number of orders someone placed, counting how many rentals we have in each state. Okay, but this is numeric, and you want to like add the value of to be able to see total number of these each car has been rented. Now, let's review the toolbar. You have three options in the toolbar that like they're like usually you probably need to use them. If you want to change the dimension from vertical to horizontal, that's the one. If you want to sort the results, you have two options. Usually we want the descending, okay? We want to show it in the descending order. So use the option in the toolbar to sort the results, okay? Sort the results. That's one thing that we want to like review, like we need to know about like sorting the results or working on the charts. So for each vehicle, right? For each vehicle, we can see total number of days they've been rented using the sum measurement. Click on the down arrow. In case you wanted to change a measurement, okay, you were looking for average number of days they've been rented. Then from here, go to measurement and change the measurement to average, okay? So, just remember how to change the measurement. If you were looking for a different measurement, click on the down arrow, go to measure, and then you can like change the measurement here. In this case, we just like looking for total number of days, so the measurement is sum, and that is correct, okay? Now, if you want to change the colors, we can drag vehicle. Okay, we can click on vehicle and drag it to colors. So it colors the bars based on vehicle. Okay, so click on vehicle and drag it to colors to change the colors by vehicle. We can drag days rented. Okay, we can drag days rented to label to add total number of days that were rented as a label. Okay, so anytime you want to like use one of these measurements and like use it as a label, just drag it to label. All right. Now, the question is asking like this time show you top 10, okay? Show top 10, exactly specify top 10, okay? Top 10 cars with the highest like total number of rental days. In order to filter that, click on the vehicle, okay? Click on the down arrow for vehicle, and you will see filter here, okay? You will see filter. Click on vehicle, click on the down arrow, you will see filter. Click on filter. You have like 4 tabs here. The one that we are looking for is the top tab, okay? Click on top tab. Click on top tab. Again, first, click on the down arrow for the category. Click on filter. Okay. Click on the top tab, select by field, and you can see that automatically has top and 10. Okay, if you were if it was asking you for a specific other value, you can just set the value. In this case, it's top 10, and you can just use the default value and then click OK, and it only shows you top 10. Okay, so it shows you top 10 cars with the highest daily rented, highest total rental days. Okay. Let me do this again. So for vehicle, click on the down arrow, click on filter. Then you have the top tab, select by field, and then it already has the top. You select top 10. If you want to like show top five, you can change this to 5. In this case, just top 10. Okay, good. Any question? Good. Okay. Okay, next we want to create we want to create a graphic map that shows total money is spent, total amount of money customers of each state have spent for car rental, for car rentals. Again, so now this time, I want to focus on the state, summarize the results for a state, and see total money is spent by all customers. So we need to add up money is spent for each state. So for each state, okay, from the customers table, you can select a state because it says total money customers are spent. So for each state, we have the money spent. This money spent is for each rental. If we add them up based on a state, we'll have total money spent. Okay, total money spent for each state. Not just money spent, but total money spent. That's why we have the measurement sum. Okay, total money spent. Yes. So I have the state from the customers table. Then I have the money spent from money spent. Drag it here. So we have some money spent. Okay. Some money is spent for each state. Now click on show me. And what we are looking for is a graphic map. Okay. We are looking for graphic map. All right. We're looking for graphic map. Please, during the exam, if you don't remember the name of the chart, or like usually it tells you what chart you need to create, you can just bring your cursor to the chart for each chart and see what is that chart. So if we are asking for a highlighted table, you can bring it here and you can see that this is a highlighted table. This is not a highlighted table. This is a tree map. Again, tree map and like field map, these are two different charts. I saw this mistake in the homework, so make sure to check the chart. This is a side-by-side chart. These are the charts that we've worked on, line chart, okay? So these charts we've been working on. This is the bubble chart we created, okay? So that's bubble chart. So this will give you like bubbles, and like for each state, the size of it will indicate how much, like the size. If it is bigger, it shows you more money is spent. In this case, we're just looking for field graphic map. Okay. Once you created the chart, now let's add two things to the chart. Want to add a state as a label, and also want to add total money spent as a label. So first, click on a state and drag it to label. Okay, drag a state to label so you can see the name of the state. Okay, so drag a state to label. Then money is spent. Okay, if we drag money is spent to label, you can see money is spent in each state. Total money is spent. Okay, total money is spent. Total money spent. Make sure to check your measurements every time. Okay, if this was an average, you need to change this to average too. Every time you have it, make sure that they're synced and like not one is sum, the other one is average. If you wanted to change the measurement, you can simply click on the down arrow for it and then go to measurement and change the measurement. Here we are looking for sum, so we don't need to change the measurement. Now, let's click on the one that we use for label. We want to change the format to currency. Click on the down arrow and you will see format. Click on format and change the format to currency. So click on the down arrow here, click on format. The default numbers, instead of numbers, we want to change it to currency. Okay, change this format to currency. All right. Okay. One more step. If you want to change the format of the label, okay, the format of the labels, you want to change them. Click on the label, okay, click on label, click on the, like, do you see the text? Click on the three dots, like the button next to text, and then you will be able to edit the labels. You'll be able to edit the labels. Here I want to like select, like, first I want to have the state, and then under the state I want to have money spent. So I can, what I will do, I will drag this state to the top, and then like enter, so it goes to the next line, and then center it. Okay, so if yours also looks like mine, click on the down arrow. If it looks like this, select it, drag it to the top line, and then enter. So you have first a state, and then some money is spent. Now select them. We want to center them. So select it and put it in the center. Then change the size of a state. So I will put like bold and then set the size to 12. Set the size to 12. Okay. So we have for each state, we can see how much money and like total money is spent for each state. The colors, as much as it is darker, indicates more money is spent. Less lighter colors indicate, right, the range indicates lighter color, less money is spent. So that's what this chart's trying to show in this way. Okay. Let's see if there's anything left from this chart. Okay. We covered it. Any question? Good. Okay. Okay. So next one is asking us create a bar chart that shows number of times. Okay. Create a bar chart that shows number of times the customers of each state have rented a vehicle. The number of times the customers of each state have rented a vehicle. So for each state, okay, for each state. Now, what is the column? What is the measurement? For each state, want to see what's the question? For each state, how many times or number of times customers rented a vehicle? What is the column we're using? What is the measurement? Yes.
The column should be state and the measurement should be number of rentals.
Okay, so we have a state and then number of rentals. What is the measurement? Like sum, count? Okay, so we are counting how many rentals exist for each state. Counting. Which one do we use for that? From the rentals table, like from like the part that we talked about in Access was like if you're using like counting the records in a table for a specific category, like here for each state, then you use the unique like column that uniquely specifies every row. So in this case, we have the rental ID. It has a number uniquely for each record in that table. In Access, we will call it primary key. So I will drag rental ID here. Okay, I will drag rental ID there. Then click on the down arrow here, okay, for rental ID. So I have the rental ID, click on the down arrow, go to measurement and click on measurement count. Click on measurement count. Okay, measurement to count, change the measurement to count so we can now see for each state total number of rentals, okay? Number of rentals for each state. Number of rentals for each state. We could have done this in a different way, okay? So here in Tableau, usually what it does for each column has a measurement for the that column that is uniquely identifies every record. In the table, it has the count. You see, vehicles count, rentals count. That's the same thing that we did. So it's the like a default measurement. It already like creates it. You can also use that. So I can click on the rentals count and drag it here. It's the same result. Okay. So both ways will give you the same outcome. Sort the results. Okay, sort the results. Now this time what we want to do, we want to create a parameter. We want to create a parameter and let the user choose like top 5, top 10, top 20, but the user will specify the value. First, let's create the parameter. So click on the down arrow here. Click on create parameter. So first we create the parameter. Okay, so click on the down arrow here. Click on create parameter. Let's change this to top n. Top n. I will change the data type. So data type of that parameter depends on where you're using it. Okay. In this case, I want to use it to indicate top 5, top 10. So that the value is always integer. So I will change the data type to integer. Okay, I'm using parameter to like specify the value for like showing top 10, top 5. It's an integer value. So the data type is set to integer. Current value. Current value is like a default. Like whenever it starts, like the chart starts or like it's being shown, what is the first, like how it should look like at first? It's like a default value. I will set it to 5. So it always starts with showing the top 5. Okay. It starts with showing top 5. You can set top 10. Just specify that current value. Then we want to specify a range. Okay. Since we are using it as a filter, it's good to like set a range for it. Minimum 1, maximum, let's set the maximum to 20. Okay. Minimum to 1, maximum to 20. Usually like this part can like the question tells you, hey, set the range for the parameter between 1 and 21 to 50. Okay, so top n, data type integer, we set the current value to 5. We set the range from 1 to 20. Okay. Let me click. So we created the parameter. First, we needed to create the parameter. Now, this time, now we need to apply the parameter to the chart, okay, wherever you need to like use that parameter. In the chart, you apply it to the, okay, to the column for category, not the measurement. This is a measurement. The one for the category, like you want to show top estate, top 5 estates. That's why click on estate and click on filter. This parameter is used as a filter, so you want to go to filter and apply that to the chart. Click on filter. Here we can see that it's already like it has a like a name as top. That's the one that we use. We want to show top 10, top 5, but this time the user selects it. Okay, so go to the top tab, select by field. This one, that's the one we use in the in the first chart. We use top 10, so that was the default. If you click on the down arrow, then you can see your parameter. This time we are selecting the parameter. You want to use the parameter instead of like having a static value here. Okay, so top n, Okay, select top N parameter and then click OK. So you can see that now it shows you top 5. Depends on what value you set for the current value. That's how many bar charts is showed in the in the chart initially. Is this complete? No. We still have one more step to go. Every time you're using a parameter, you want to show it in the in the chart. So click on the down arrow and click on show parameter. If you're using a parameter in the chart, it should be showed in the right side so the user can interact with the chart. Otherwise, it's just it always shows you top 5. Okay, so click on show parameter. That's when you can start using that parameter and change the values. So create a parameter, apply the parameter, and make sure that the parameter is shown. We can if we're done with this part, what we can do is we can change the color of the chart based on a state. Okay, I will drag a state to colors, so it shows you based on a state. We can drag again count rental. Okay, rentals count to label to show us as a label. Count rentals as a label. All right. So again, click on the down arrow, go to filter. You have 4 tabs, go to the top tab, select by field, and from here, select the parameter. Okay, select the parameter. Any question? This is one of the common mistakes. This was one of the common mistakes in the homework. I check every submissions when I check your dashboard, I try to play with the top end. If I changed that, it didn't work. I took points because that indicated that it wasn't applied correctly. So you want to make sure that you check this and review the steps. Make sure that the parameter is working, the chart is reacting to that value. Okay, so make sure to check that value. Click on the down arrow, make sure it's the parameter is shown. You might have applied the parameter correctly, but you show the dashboard because you didn't select the parameter. When you added this to the dashboard, it wouldn't show the parameter. So again, remember to show the parameter. So whenever you even use it in the dashboard, it shows that parameter in the dashboard or counter. Select it. Okay, let's work. Before if we have time, we get to the other one. This time we want to use that column or field we created, the calculated field. Days rented category. Okay, days rented category. We want to see how many rentals we have for in each category. How many rentals we have. Okay, want to create a pie chart that shows how many rentals we have. So for each rental days rented category, let me actually review this. Okay, this was our formula. Want to see categorize rentals based on the rental period. Now want to count them. Total number of rentals in each category. Total number of rentals in each category means days rented category. And then again, if you want to count the records, you can use the rental ID, drag it here. Click on the down arrow, go to measurement and click on count so you can have total number of rentals in each category. I use rental ID. Click on the down arrow for measurement, select count. So we have total number of rentals in each category. what it shows us like we only have medium and short rentals, at least in this data set. We don't have the long rentals. Yes.
What's the green one again?
This is days rented category and then count rental ID. Either you can like you want to use this measurement, which already is there. Okay, count how many rentals we have, or just drag rental ID and change the measurement to count. Now, we want to create a pie chart. So go to show me and click on pie chart. Okay, go to show me and click on pie chart. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's review a few things that we do like whenever we have a pie chart. First, we need to increase the size of the pie chart. From the toolbar, okay, from the toolbar, click on the standard, right? Click on the standard and change it to entire view. Click on the standard and change it to entire view. Okay, it's in the toolbar. Click on standard and change it to entire view. Now, so a few things. We want to add labels, okay? We want to add days rented category as a label. So we drag this to label, okay? Drag it to label. And then we also drag rentals count or count rentals to label. So it shows us how many rentals we have in each category. Shows us how many rentals in total. We have 53 rentals that are considered medium rental. So between 2 and 4, either 2, 3, or like 3 or 4 days rented. Yes.
Instead of number, you wanted to show percentage of total. I would have done it.
I'll get to it in a minute.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So first, let's drag days rental category to label. Okay. Days rental category to label. And then again, you have two options because that's the one that we use rental, like either rental ID, you drag it to label, but also change it to measurement. Okay. Change the measurement to count. If you're using rental ID, you see, once you change it, it counts rental ID. That's the same measurement. Either of them is correct. We can, like, if that's about count, you can just click on the measurement and drag it to label. Okay. Now, if the question is asking you to show the results as a percentage of total, okay? If the question is asking you to show the results as a percentage of total, click on the down arrow, the one that you use for label. We are focusing on labels, right? We want to show the label instead of number as a percentage. Click on the down arrow, go to quick table calculation, and select percent of total. Okay, so click on the down arrow, go to quick table calculation, and click on percentage of total. Yes.
I have like birds all around my fish.
Did you change the measurement to count? Yeah. If you're using rental ID, always remember you have to change the measurement to count. Okay. So percent of total. So click on the down arrow, go to quick table calculation and change it to percent of total. Okay. Lastly, let's change the labels. I mean, update the labels. So what I want to do, drag this days rented category to the top and then enter. Okay, so first I have the days rented and then the value. Select this to 12 and then bold. Okay, so format the labels. How do you format the labels? Go to label, click on the the three dots next to text. Have the text, click on these three labels and then format the label. Format the label. Quickly label, click on the three dots, and then you will have edit label, edit the label. Last step. Okay, so this is our last chart, or we don't want to create a chart. Want to create quickly review creating a KPI. Okay, how do we create a KPI? Want to create a KPI for money spent to show total money spent. Total money spent. Click on the measurement. Usually we have some measurement. We want to use them to create a KPI to show a total value. Okay, so money is spent. Drag it to text, directly to text. This is not a chart, it's just a value. Okay, so measurement, we drag it to text and it shows us total money spent. Already adds the measurement. Money spent and the measurement is sum. If you want to show average money spent, then you would change it to average. If you want to show total money spent, change it to sum. Now let's format it. Click on text. Click on the three dots here and change the format. So this is a KPI and we are going to show it in the dashboard at the top as an important value here. So you want to show it bold and big to put the focus on these major values. Okay. So change the format. Change the format to currency. It's a monetary value. Let's click on the down arrow here. Go to format and change the format to currency. Yes. Did you drag this money is spent to text? Okay. Is this money is spent? Can you check the formula? Days rented times price per day. Check this. Last thing, change the title. For KPIs, you want to put the title total money spent. We don't want to increase the size. The focus should be on the value, not the title. Title is just like an underlying title to indicate what that value is. So we'll keep it, maybe just even decrease the the size, the color to a lighter color, so it still keeps the focus on the KPI value. Okay, so total money is spent, and that will look like this. We don't have time to work on the dashboard, but I want to show you why we have a KPI here. We already work on it, but just in case, okay. The point is, so it looks like this. So it has a value, the focus is on the value, and then a title indicates what is that value. It's the total money spent. It's a KPI to show you the value. Okay. All right. Any question? Okay. I hope this was a quick review of everything that we've done. Okay. Not everything, at least some of the important topics in Tableau. We still have next session to review other topics as well. So for today's session, just take a screenshot of this last step we did and upload it for today's session. That should be it for today's session. Take a screenshot of the last step, upload it. That's about it. I will also post the attendance.